Can you hold this for me? Ah, F4AQD. And Mudang? A71B4R. Can I get Starscream back now? What other one? F4AQD? I can't do that, Cap. Can't or won't? Both. I'll just make a new one. No. I've got one. Okay, whatever. Aren't you forgetting something? No? This might be your last stream, Cap.
Yeah, so we're doing a little bit of an experiment here where today I have two reader lenses like this, two reader lenses, and I want to put those inside these glasses. So like I want them to fit inside the glasses lens like that. And all I have is this sticky tape. So we're going to try it. The first thing I'm going to do is spray off the lenses a little bit. So we're going to clean one of the sunglass lenses really good. These are all Amazon special here. There. This lens is cleaned because I don't want any smudges getting in there. And then we're going to clean this lens really good as well. And actually, I just need to clean this one side of it. Yeah, just like that. Just enough to lay it in here. It's kind of weird cleaning just one side of it here. Let's see if we can clean both sides. Yeah, so one day about a year ago, I literally just woke up one day and I was like, I can't see shit anymore. Like the eyesight just went. And now I have these readers. So anyway, I'm going to try to put this lens into the sunglasses because that's my style, man. So I'm going to take a little of this tape and I'm going to see if I can put like just a really thin, just a super thin piece of it, just like this much, and then just a little tiny piece of that, like that. Let's see if, oh, I just lost it. Oh no, I didn't. It's right here. If I can put this, I almost need like tweezers or something. Go get some tweezers. Yeah. So I've got a little manicure kit here. Take these tweezers, that little piece, and put it right on the edge of the lens, because I bet that's all these need to stay on. And this is just a prototype before I spend $100 on some actual sunglasses readers, heart-shaped mirrored sunglasses readers. I found a place that does them for $100, but I'm wondering if I might be able to try a prototype here for less. So now the trick is to peel off the backing, and that's where the tweezers and various tools come in. I think I might try this tool right here. See if I can peel off the backing with this tool. Just got to get it separated. I'm thinking now that I should have removed the backing first, but we'll see if we can get it. How does this backing work? The backing is actually quite thick. I don't know if you guys can see how thin this is, but maybe what I ought to do is just cut some of this without the backing. So let me just peel this off the backing. Try to wipe these smudges off, since it's going to be hard to wipe them off later. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to lay it on here and see if I can get this thing to stick. That's pretty good. Let me see what this looks like. So if I put these on and I close my one eye, I get clarity. Blurry, clear. Blurry, clear. Okay, guys, I think we've done one. Let's do the other one. Who's bleeping me on Discord? Forgive me if this has been asked. My understanding from poking around Pocket Host is the arm for prototypes and small projects with low traffic. I'm going to say, yes, many people are running production sites on it. However, we do not offer a service level agreement. Cool. So let's do this again on the other side. We're going to clean off the sunglass lens here. Get it nice and clean. Okay, that sunglass lens is nice and clean. Now we have this glasses lens. Clean this off. Get both sides nice and clean. Just like that. Flip it over. Use our same little application technique here. Put one on this side, just like that. And grab the other one. Put the other one on this side, just like that. And now we press it down onto the sunglass lens with this. Get it positioned kind of like the other one. A little kludgy. This is how progress is made in the world. So we're going to press those down. Make sure they get good adherence. Okay, something like that. A little uneven. Slide them around a little bit. Yeah, there we go. That feels fine. Okay, clean these off nice and good. This cleaning cloth seems like it is getting dirty. All right, so we have some kludgy readers here. Moment of truth, putting them on. I would say, let's see, that compared to, let's go into VS Code. Yeah, there. I'm going to try it, guys. I've made myself some MacGyver readers. This seems fun. A little more to my personality. Get to know me a little better. This is how I used to do it in college. I had some old Panama Jacks. You guys know what Panama Jacks are? Like these right here. That's what I used to wear. Circular Panama Jacks like these. Yeah, like that, but they were mirrored. Oh, dude, this takes me back. This is what I was wearing. Yeah, it was back in the day. All right, what are we doing? Cool story, bro. Hello, cool story, bro. I kind of wonder if that's one of my kids. That handle, that screen name looks like something that a kid would do. Something that one of my kids would do. All right, we were in the middle of doing some PocketPages updates. Let's get back to it. So I am in the middle right now of adding this missing URL function to the global API. For some reason, it's in the documentation, but it's not actually present in the global API. So I had Cloud update the documentation a little bit because the global API actually parses the query string, which means it's not exactly compatible with the standard URL function anymore. And I noticed the documentation was saying that it was. This URL function is used to parse the URL string. It returns an object equivalent to using the URL in the browser's web API with the addition of automatic query string parsing into an object. This can be helpful for manipulating and inspecting URLs. Yes, great. So all of this looks good. I'm going to accept it and stage this for the commit. Then I'm going to make a change set patch and I'm going to say fix added URL to global to match documentation. We'll take that same message and make it the commit message here as well. Add that change set in there, commit that. Good. So I've been cherry picking all morning. Cool story, bro, says I chose it whilst a child, so fair assessment. Well, now you sound like you're somewhere overseas from me, using words like whilst, or phrases like whilst a child. So fair assessment, that also sounds European to me. So I'm going to put you somewhere over in the UK. You tell me if I'm right. Anyway, back to what we were doing here. So I've been cherry picking pieces of PocketPages all morning long because I'm working on this auth starter kit here and I keep adding features into PocketPages. And some of the features I'm adding don't really have to do with the auth starter kit. So I'm trying to break those out into separate commits so we keep our commit history nice and clean. Cool story, bro, says also fair assessments. Hey, I'm just a fair assessor. That's what people say about me all the time. They say, you want a fair assessment? Go ask that guy. All right, so let's see what modifications remain and whether I can extract any of these into separate commits. I'm pretty sure I can. For example, in create user, we added an option here to send a request verification as part of creating the user. And we also added a request verification to the API, so I could add that first. Request verification, confirm request verification, and updating create user to optionally send a request verification. I think that could all be done first. But before I do that, I see an opportunity in here. There's this bit of code between creating an anonymous user and creating a passwordless user. Those are two different ideas. A passwordless user just has the password auto-filled. An anonymous user has the username auto-filled as well. So if I stage just that little bit and I go up here to types and say stage the create passwordless user and just that piece, I think we can add this separately. Yeah, I'm digging these shades, man. These reader shades are working really well and I feel much more at home now, much more in my personality. This is how you would see me on the street, be rocking the heart-shaped sunglasses. It tells people falsely that I'm not a threat. But if you know me at all, you know I've got not one, but 2 stripes on my jiu-jitsu white belt. So you've been warned. All right, let's look at what we staged here. We staged create passwordless user. We staged create passwordless user here and refactored create anonymous user. So now I need to add some documentation. Cloud has actually been pretty good at this. So watch this. I'm going to say, hey, I just created create passwordless user in global API. I'd like you to update toc.md and write something in global API to cover this new feature. Watch what it does. Cloud is pretty good at this, actually. So look, in TOC, Cloud made it right here. Create user, create anonymous user, create passwordless user. Yeah, okay, I see. And then where did it add? Now it says let's update users. What do you mean? What do you mean you didn't make any updates? Create user, create anonymous user. Yes, we do need to update users MD. Go ahead and do that. For some reason, Cloud did not do that update, but we will accept this one here. And let's see how it changes things. I'll update users MD documentation to include create passwordless user, but then it didn't do it. Okay, Cloud, what's going on here? Users MD, we need to update this file. Why did it say stopped? And why did it say 6 files changed? I think we better just start a new session here. Please update users MD with the latest from global API. Let's just do it that way and see what it does. Yeah, it's not updating this one. That's interesting. Let's quit out of cursor here and go back in and see if it makes any difference, because something was glitching out there. So I'm saying please update users MD with the latest from create passwordless user. Let's see what it does. Yeah, it's choking on it for some reason. That's interesting. Cloud, come on, man. Well, let's see. We'll just say create passwordless user. What do we got here? Create anonymous user. Okay, create passwordless user. Create a passwordless user account. Okay, so create user is there. Create anonymous user is here. And then we need create passwordless user. We'll just say user at example.com like that. And then user at example.com like that. Yeah, I think Cloud is spazzing out right now because I'm not even getting code completions coming back. So that's okay. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Parameters, we'll just go down here, create user, create passwordless user. All right, so we got create user there. We got create passwordless user and create anonymous user. What we actually need is to reverse these. So create anonymous user is here. And then so we'll put it in right below template usage. Since we don't have the benefit of Cloud right now, we'll just see what this looks like. Create anonymous user, create passwordless user. Okay, email password, create anonymous user, that's fine. Create passwordless user, creates a user with randomly generated credentials. That is not correct. Creates specified user with randomly generated password. That's how that one works. Yeah. And then, yeah, user, password, create passwordless user. Yeah, email. Cool. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine for now. Go in here. We'll update globals. I think TOC is going to be thrown off by this. PocketPages. Let's go check it out. Yeah, this kind of thing here. Global. Yeah, can't even read it all. What does it look like in responsive mode? It probably looks okay because you pop the table of contents. Oh, yeah, see, it doesn't look okay. Not at all. Not at all. So what we want to do here is let's split these out. Yeah, Cloud is having an outage. I can tell right now. That's okay. Does that mean it's time for a coffee break? If Cloud isn't available, let's try comma separating these. See if we get a better outcome here. Oh, we're not. Okay, biodev. Oh, see, it didn't line break those. That means we must have some kind of no wrap thing in our TOC. Let's see if we can track that down. There must be some styling that says not to wrap TOC anchors. Text wrap balance. What does that do? Is it the list item? I guess these don't wrap down here either, but I thought they did on the responsive site, or on the desktop site, I mean. Yeah, always time for coffee. I don't even drink coffee, man. I've never even had a sip. I've been tricked. I've been handed, something like a mocha, or I've had some mud pie ice cream, or maybe like a brownie with some espresso beans in it or something like that. So like chocolate flavored with some coffee. I've had that, but I've never taken a swig of straight coffee. I don't have coffee in the morning. I don't have any caffeine in the morning. This engine runs pure. Yeah, so I want to figure out what to do with these. I need a better answer. Maybe the better answer for now is just to break these onto separate lines and let them all use the same link like that. Are you back, Cloud? Are you going to help me at all? There you go. Cloud's back. And he knew what to do with debug info, warning, and error too. Yes. Cloud for the win. Okay, let's try this table of contents. Oh, I like that a lot better. Yeah, that's probably fine. Even though these all link to the same page, that's cool. We'll leave it that way. That feels good enough. All right, so let's add this TOC change into the staging area. So this change that we cherry picked out of our working was what? Oh, create passwordless user, right. So now we go change set. We'll do a patch. This is a feature, create passwordless user. Add that feature in, stage that change set note, add the same thing in the commit message. Boom, that one's been committed. All right, we're chopping it down here, little bit by little bit, narrowing down the changes that remain here. So in global API, we now have this thing here where creating a user can optionally request a verification, but request verification is not in there yet, nor is confirm verification. So we could add all of those together. What's in here? Create user options, right? Request verification, confirm verification, and then OTP is separate from that. So yeah, sign in with OTP, that's separate. And then we have this change in auth here too. This one, this is a fix or an enhancement. The enhancement is that the server-side PocketBased JS client will automatically pull authentication from either the header or the cookie. So let's add this enhancement in separately. Change set, it's an enhancement. PocketBased JS client now automatically pulls auth info from authorization header or PB auth cookie. And I think we'll probably want to add a little note with that. Let's go in and find where we want to put this. This actually leads into an issue I wanted to talk about today, which is we're really starting to need a section of documentation about authentication and authorization. So I think under page basics, I want to add a bit about authentication and authorization. Now, in the global API, we already have PB here, which is the PocketBased client. Basic usage, it says it returns a configured PocketBased client that's ready to communicate with your PocketBased server. Yeah, so this is good, but I think we need a first class section in the documentation. So I'm gonna help give Cloud a starting point here where right up here in page basics, I say authentication, and we'll just call it docs authentication. And it looks like we have something here already. What's this about? Oh, this page was already written. It just wasn't linked up in the table of contents. Was it? Oh, it's under data and security. Where do I want that? Do you guys think it's basics or is it better in data and security? I feel like it's more of a basic. So maybe I'm just gonna take this out here, take it out of data and security and put it in page basics. I feel like auth is pretty basic. So authentication flow. PocketPages provides seamless integration with PocketBase's authentication system, supporting both header-based and cookie-based authentication methods. Yes, auth flow. PocketPages automatically checks for authentication tokens in this order: auth and PBAuth. My prototype is coming apart. We need to take a quick break here to fix my prototype. So the other side is staying. So we just need more cowbell. That's all. We're going to cut off a thicker piece like that. Cut this thicker piece in half. Okay. I'm going to carefully remove this lens. Carefully remove the lens. It doesn't even have all the sticky still on it. See, it only has it on one side. So we're going to give it a little more traction here. A little more traction. We'll lay it on this side, just like that. And then we'll take the other one of these, and put it on this side, like that. And then I'm getting pretty good at this surgical method of removing the backing. Okay, I removed the backing on one side, and the backing on the other side is proving a little more challenging. Okay, that backing is off. Now, dropping the lens into place. And we're going to use our cleaner towel thing to really put it on there. Yeah, see, and if these work, I'll eventually just crazy glue them on, and that'll be cool. All right, let's try this again. Oh, there, we're back in action. Good. Prototype restored. Back to whatever we were doing. Yes, so, okay, header-based authentication, cookie-based authentication. It only reads the auth cookie. It does not automatically set or manage this cookie. This is inaccurate now because it does set it from the login function. So I'm going to say in here, in cloud, I'm going to ask Cloud, please make a correction to this page. It does modify PBAuth using global API. Isn't it called sign in user with token? Or have we not done that yet? Oh wait, it's in middleware. Sign in with token. It's not global. Using middleware sign in with token and the other methods that call it. Yeah, so authentication had a slight inaccuracy in it where it said it only reads the auth cookie. It doesn't automatically set or manage this cookie when in fact it does. So let's see what kind of change it made. PocketPages manages the authentication PBAuth through several built-in methods. Yeah. Very good, Cloud. Each of these methods, except sign out, will automatically set PBAuth cookie, and sign out will clear the cookie. Yep. Working with auth records. Okay, the rest of this is okay. Note that you don't need to manually manage the cookie. PocketPages will handle this automatically. So now I'm going to say, yes, all of that is accurate, except if you are using the PocketBased JS SDK client side, you'll need to use pb.authStore load from cookie to make it pick up the token from pb auth. Please make a note of that. So that just came up on yesterday's stream with Güemes Island. We were talking about that exact issue where you have to load that cookie client side if you're planning to use the JS client, both server side and client side. If you're using the PocketBased JavaScript SDK client side, you'll need to explicitly load the cookie. I think it's better to just add a new section for client side usage. All of the server side stuff was valuable and should be kept in. Yeah, I like just having a conversation with Cloud. It's like talking with a really skilled expert who doesn't necessarily know what you're thinking. Okay, client-side usage. If you're using the PocketBased SDK in your client-side code, you'll need to explicitly load the auth state from the cookie PocketPage manages. I do like this, but I'm going to put it down below everything else. Yeah, I'll accept the file, but then this here goes all the way down here. It goes at the bottom. Client-side usage, authentication in PocketPages, authentication flow, cookie-based authentication, example login flow, client-side usage. Let's see what that page looks like now. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm glad we updated that docs page. How am I doing on time here? Looks like kid has to be to school in 2 hours. Yeah, it looks like I've got about 40 more minutes here. That's probably perfect for today's stream. So, okay, in review, we've updated authentication, we've updated TOS. We're putting all of this in here where it now automatically pulls auth info. Yeah, so that's all together along with this change set. Yep, there we go. Blip. Okay, that's been done. Good. We're chopping it down here bit by bit. Now we have sign in with OTP. We have sign in with OTP. Oh, we missed this type in here. This was supposed to be added already. I'm just going to put it in as a chore. Chore, add missing create user options type. Just get that done. Okay, so we've got request verification, confirm verification, and then we have these request OTP and sign in with OTP, which, oh, right. So now in global we have, oh, hang on. Let me undo that last commit. Never mind. So adding the option to send the verification email along with creating the user is an enhancement that we just added. So we're gonna put this one in here. Maybe we'll just, I don't know the best way to do this right now. Maybe it's just like that for right now. We'll just stage that and then we'll undo it. So you see what I did there? I didn't want to do all of these imports. I just wanted to stage the single import. So I did just the single import, staged it, and then I undid the code so that it's back to the actual working code here. Confirm verification, request verification, right. So in types.ts, we have the create user options, and that's got this partial here, create user options, which I noticed got committed earlier. So a little bit of a messy commit, but this is okay. We're close. Send verification email is the new option in create user. And I'm noticing, does create passwordless user call create user? It doesn't, but it should. It should generate a password and then call return global API create user with an email, a password, and options. That's really what it should do. And then this should be a create user options like that. And then this has to return the password in addition to whatever create user returns. Create user returns a user. I see. Create user just returns a user object. Create passwordless user returns a user and password object. So I needed a key for it. So let's stage this change as well. Great. So now it's just down to request verification, confirm verification. So we've got create user options imported. We've got the send verification thing, and then create passwordless user now uses that same option, create user options. So that's good. Now let's go to the docs. We're going to go to cloud. Please update users MD. So create user and create passwordless user. Use the create user options from types TS, right? Types TS. By default, a verification email is sent. Which reminds me, down here in global API, let me just double check this, but we don't want it to send for create anonymous user. We're creating a passwordless user, but we want send verification email to be false for creating anonymous users. So let's add that modification in as well. Yes, we need that for sure. Good. Caught a couple bugs there before we got too far. So now we're going to ask Cloud to update that same users MD that was giving us trouble before, but I do think it was a cloud outage. I think we were experiencing a cloudage. Yeah, there it is. Everything's back working now. Yeah, so send verification equals true. Let's look at all these changes. Send verification email equals false. Okay, defaults to true, right? Whether or not to send a verification email, yep. Create passwordless user, send verification false, parameters, send verification email. Yeah, this looks good. We'll accept those changes. And then we will stage that, add another change set here. This will be a patch. Enhancement is added option to automatically send verification email when a new user is created. Yes. And now we're just down to OTP after this. So this is an enhancement. Great. We'll stage that change set note, add that enhancement. All right. Now we're down to OTP. Sign in with OTP. Oops, we made a mistake here. We missed commit where we add request verification and confirm verification. So let's undo this last commit, and maybe I can say, yeah, shoot. I think we're just gonna have to undo this commit. We'll worry about it in a second here. What needs to come first is request verification. So let me see if I can stage that. Is that even gonna work? No, that's not even gonna work. This is sticky. Yeah, so it's almost like we need to stage all of this stuff like we had it. Yeah, here's what we had staged. Now I need to ask Cloud, is there a way to stash staged changes? Stash all changes, stash only staged changes. Okay, yeah, that's what I want. So I want get stash staged. I want to stash only the staged changes. Okay, now that I've stashed those changes away, so this is kind of tricky, but cool. We got a little ahead of ourselves here where we really wanted to add this first, request verification and confirm verification. So we're going to stage those two things. Oop, it's staged request OTP. We don't want that yet. Unstage that. Request verification, confirm verification. Those have been staged. Now, down here, we want to stage this one called request verification. But hold on, this was not supposed to undo this. None of this was still supposed to be here. Stage request verification, right like that. And then down here, stage confirm verification. Let's see if this did it right. There we go. Request verification and confirm verification have been staged properly, and they have been added to the type definitions here properly. So now we need to go back into docs and into users here. We'll go into Composer and we'll say, please add request verification and confirm verification from global API. All right, let's see what it did. So user management functions, right? So we have create user, create anonymous user, create passwordless user, request verification, sends a verification email. Yep, confirm verification, verification token, right. So I will accept that. And then up here, let's see if Cloud, there we go. We added it to the table of contents there as well. So now the user record has been updated. The user documentation has been updated. We'll add another change set. This is a feature, request verification and confirm verification. Add that change set note. It's a feature. Commit it. Good. Now we want to do git stash pop, and that did not work. So yeah, the staged changes did not get stashed properly, but that's okay. We'll just add them back in now. Well, actually, it seems like they did get stashed. Let's see. To apply a recent stash, git stash. Oh, git stash pop, git stash list. Yeah, I want to git stash pop. Why doesn't that work? It says changes not staged for commit, untracked files. No, the stash entry is kept in case you want to try it again. Your local files would be automatically overwritten by the merge. Can we do a force? How can I force stash pop to overwrite or merge local changes? Let's try this one. There is no option called strategy recursive. There's no option called strategy option theirs either. What can we do here? Can we just look at the stash? Just view this stash? Yeah, we're just gonna have to put this back. I wonder if I can compare the working tree with a stash. That doesn't seem to work. Okay, let me open up user.md. All right, so if I go into history here, maybe I can run this one again, but these changes need to be reapplied in global API first, so let's go do that. I guess I just need to like manually reapply these. So let me look inside. Oh, it's already there. Hold on. Is it already here? What's missing then? Types has create user options. So we need to stage that one. And then in global API, yeah, we need to stage this. Okay, maybe we didn't lose the work after all. That was very confusing, but all of this here is the correct stuff from the stash, so that's fine. Seems like maybe the only thing we lost is in the users MD. Yeah, I think it's just in the users MD. Wait, stop. Hold on, what happened? Give me back all of that. What did you do here? Yeah, revert. Please update users MD. So create. Okay, let's try that. Seems like Cloud had like a cached copy of users MD or something like that. Yeah, send verification email. Right, that's good. Send verification email. That's good. Right, so that's the update we wanted. Brian says, check the stream chat. I usually commit the work I've done, then pop the stash that will apply the change. Yeah, that's what I tried to do. I didn't want to discard all those changes, Brian, because they were, I had a bunch of disparate changes in the working directory, and they weren't in a separate branch or anything like that. I hadn't committed them anywhere, so I didn't want to discard them. But yeah, you're probably right. I probably could have put them in a separate branch and then popped the stash. That probably would have worked. It's fine now. I fixed it, but thank you. I don't really have a way. I don't really get notifications. I just kind of have to keep checking OBS here to see the chat messages. All right. So anyway, I have added this send verification email option in here. So I'm going to commit that. Okay. Now we're down to, oops, wait. There's still something not committed, so hold on, undo last commit. We wanted the users documentation there, and then looks like we lost the change set too, so I'm just gonna reapply that change set. I'm not even gonna worry about, we're just gonna call it enhancement, added option, right? Okay, there's the change set note that I was looking for. All right, now we have the complete commit. We've updated the docs, we've updated the code, we've updated the change set. Boom, that one's done. All right, great. Now going back into global API, it looks like it's missing some kind of thing here. Oh, this one is supposed to be create user options. Oh wait, not create anonymous user. No. Create passwordless user. Right. Send verification email. That should be, did something not get updated here? This one didn't get updated. This is supposed to be create user options. So we actually have, let's undo that commit one more time. Man, that was a messy one. Undo that last commit. There's one more thing I gotta throw in there. Or is it already in there? Create user options. I just want to make sure. Yeah, create passwordless user has create user options. Oh, okay. I think the commit was fine, and somehow just that change in types TS. Oh no, there it is. Okay, hold on. Let's undo it one more time. Okay, undo last commit. Blip. Let's commit this. Stage this little bit. There we go. I feel like I'm working with tweezers here or something. Yeah, there. Okay, great. That's what I wanted, right? And this one got committed earlier. We made a little bit of a mess there. Okay, blip, there's that. Now we're down to sign in OTP, request OTP, and sign in OTP. It's all OTP. So I'm going to commit or stage all of these changes here. like that. And then we're going to go into docs again. And in global API, we have request OTP. That's in the global API. So I'm going to fire up Cloud again here. I'm going to say, please add request OTP from global API. And I'm going to let it do that. And then the other one that we need is in context API. We have sign in anonymously, sign in with username and password, sign in with token. We need a new one that says, okay, there's request OTP up there. And then, yeah, request OTP. Cool. I do want to maybe add a feature eventually. It's not in there right now, but something that says auto verify, because if you log in with OTP, it should automatically verify you. In fact, let me just check that code real quick, because that could be something that we could add really easily here. So there's request OTP. It's in the middleware handler. Sign in with OTP. So it does an auth with OTP right here with the auth data. And then, yeah, then how do we... I'd need to test this. I'm going to throw, I'll tell you what I'm going to do though. I'm going to throw in a to-do right here. To-do, set user to verified. Yeah, I don't have time to do it right now, but I do want to do that. So I'm going to just leave a little to-do there. Cool. And then the other thing we need in docs is we have this new middleware handler called sign in with OTP. So I'm going to give Cloud a little bit of a head start here by saying sign in with OTP.md. And then I'm going to say, please fill this out. Use sign in with password as a template and reference middleware for details. Also add to, boom, go Cloud, go. We got 10 minutes, Cloud, let's do it. Come on. Looks like somebody signed up for little choppers. We'll give them, what should we do today? There's a baby, there's a brick, there's a needle. Ooh, a skateboard. You can give that guy a skateboard for signing up. Thank you, someone, whoever you are. Thanks for supporting the project. Okay, sign in with OTP, password options, OTP ID, password options. Yep. That looks good, except I'm going to say reference OTP.ejs for usage samples, because we actually have a starter kit with real code. So I'll have Cloud reference that instead, although I think it basically did a fine job on its own. Let's see what TOC is looking like. Where did it add it? Yeah, good. Sign in with OTP, I'll accept that. And then this looks pretty acceptable as well, except I don't think it really updated it. I don't see any of my, oh, it did. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's good. So we're gonna stage these changes as well. Hold on here, got a little text. All right, that's good. We'll add another change set. This is a feature, sign in with OTP. We'll add that feature, and it's a feature called sign in with OTP. Yes. We got that. Great. Now we're gonna do a change set. We're gonna do a patch for the starter, added auth starter. Okay, so we'll add that. We will add this auth starter. Good. What's in my git ignore here? Yeah. Okay. Starter, auth. Commit that. And then chore, build, commit, all of that. Push all of these changes. Change set, version. We're going to do it, guys. We're going to do it with 6 minutes to spare. We're releasing 12.4 that has a whole bunch of cool shit in it. Version 0.12.4. We'll commit that. We'll push it. We'll go change set, publish. And we've PocketPages version 12.4 with a bunch of auth support. So that's it for today's stream. How's the paywall going? Cool Story Bro asks how the paywall's going. I think it's doing okay, man. I can't really tell whether any of the stuff I'm doing on stream here is helping people sign up or anything. We don't have enough momentum yet. What I'm hoping for is that this channel and stream will actually reach a broader audience beyond the existing PocketBased audience. I want to reach solo founders and makers, solo makers who don't have a lot of religion yet. They don't necessarily have a tech stack that they've decided on. And like Brian and I were on stream yesterday talking about, he's coming from a company where he works every day and they have, a huge change management process, and necessarily so because they're working in a team environment, very collaborative. Well, a lot of solo founders aren't doing any of that. And they want to go back to the cowboy days where you just jump on a live server and do some live edits and apologize later. And I'm very much in that same camp. Even with Pocket Host, I'm running it that way as long as I can. And it'll continue running that way until subs go way up. Like we need like 10x, 30x. We need probably like 30 to 50x the number of subs to actually support staff and, do all of that stuff. So if Pocket Host ever grows that big, it might be because we reach community of solopreneurs, as they call them, or solo founders, or, solo makers. I'm hoping the channel can build into that. I have not really noticed the paywall doing any different. It's doing like 3 to 5 subs a day. Here's 2, 3, 2 today. Our biggest day was back here on the 22nd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subs and a lifetime deal. Here we sold a lifetime deal. Here's another lifetime deal. So we sell a lifetime deal actually almost every day. I wouldn't say that. Maybe it's like on average every other day. So I can't say that this channel has contributed to adding any new users to Pocket Host yet, but the paywall in general is definitely working. We went from basically no subs per month to now last month was like 45 subs. So it is working in that sense. And I haven't had any, but like there was maybe one person who DM'd me and said like, hey, I see that paywall and everything, but I actually just would prefer to not pay. And I'm wondering how you feel about that. And I was like, yeah, I was giving it away for a few years and we stopped doing that, right? Because we need to keep the lights on and make sure this thing grows and stays stable for everybody, because I think it's adding a lot of value. So I wrote a post in defense of the paywall and everything, but in short, we're getting the same number of Pocket Host signups that we usually do, between like 5 and 10 per day. Actually, you know what? Maybe it's gone down a little bit. We probably are getting like half the signups. Like, let me look in. So where's the best way to find this? I think I gotta go here and go into stats. Oh, growth by day, that's the one. All right, so prior to January, let's look in December here. So in December, we were getting 18, 13, 12 signups and stuff like that. Going strong into January. January 10th is when I started the paywall. And so it went from 18 down to, yeah, it's cut in half by like maybe like a third or something. See, but some of these people, like on the 28th, 13 people signed up. We did not have 13 subs on the 28th. We had 3. So, people are signing up and then bailing out, but that's okay. We have their email address. In fact, I'm seeing, there are actually about double the number of signups as there are subs. So yeah, interesting question. And thanks for kind of prompting me to look into it a little bit. What I've sort of been noticing intuitively is that it's just kind of eking along. That it's not really like growing yet. And I want to see if I can get the number of subs per day to grow. But I think to do that, I have to really focus on like building this YouTube channel and getting people to come in who may not even be familiar with PocketBased yet. Okay, I got to close out this stream and get out of here. Take care, guys.